Okay, so let's look at these filters, because that's another very powerful aspect of NLP, our filters. Our filters determine what we perceive, what we see. So let's try and see what are these filters. And so in the study of NLP, all of these guys who are studying NLP and putting it all together have come up with a set of filters. So let me just reiterate one point. So I'll again go back to that example of Jenny being a captivating speaker, okay? And I want to become a captivating speaker. I'm just an ordinary, average speaker right now, okay? And I watch her and I see her going onto the stage and talking to this audience, and the audience is all spellbound. They're just totally connected to her. And she's got this magic, this X factor, this, I don't know, whatever. And I'm going, man, I wish I could be like Jenny. So wonderful, you know. She's got the audience eating out of her hands. How do I do that? Okay, so I might observe her and I go, Jenny, what do you eat? You know, maybe I'll try eating the same thing. What time do you get up? You know, what do you think when you go into the audience? So my job here is to try and model her so that I can get the same result that she's getting. Okay, an excellent result, which is what she's getting. If she's not getting excellent result, I don't need to model her, because I want to only model excellence. So I'm trying to understand her experience, which is subjective experience, and trying to give a structure to it. So I've got to find out, talk to her. Now when I'm talking to her, I want to get all of these things. So what I want to get is, I want to find out what are her filters. Very important. Because her internal representation is based on her filters. And if my filters are different from her filters, then my internal representation is different from her internal representation. So I'm trying to figure out from her what are her filters. So I'm going to talk to her and find out what her filters are. I'm also going to talk to her and find out what her state of mind is. And various other things, which we'll look at shortly. Okay? So let's just look at filters, okay, for a moment. So I have to find out what are her filters. How do I do that? By talking to her. The first filter is what's called associated, disassociated. What this really means is this. Are you in it or are you outside? So, when Jenny is giving the talk, is she completely immersed in that experience? Okay? Or is she detached from that experience, disassociated with it? I'm trying to figure, what's your filter? How do you feel? So I'm going to ask you, Jenny, when you go there, how do you feel? Do you feel associated? Do you feel disassociated? She'll go, no, I'm just lost to the world. I can't see anything else. I can only see my audience. I'm completely into it. I'm completely associated. I go, I see. Because when I'm giving a talk, I've got 10 other things going on in my mind. I'm disassociated. No wonder I'm not getting the connection to the audience. Now I get it. So I've got to be associated. You see what I'm saying? So one of the filters is associated, dissociated. Now in some events, it's not necessarily that one is good or one is bad. In some cases, you could be disassociated. I'll give you an example. Let's say Vimal is going through a tough patch. Okay, he's just lost his job, right? And he's depressed. Okay, he's planning to jump off Narrows Bridge. And I go to him and I go, don't know what's going wrong. Okay, so he says, I just can't take it, you know, I just don't know. I said, are you completely relating yourself to that, the job that you've lost? Because you don't have a job, you've lost meaning, purpose, everything in life. So he's completely associated with it, which is a bad thing then. But what if he were detached, disassociated? He goes, okay, I've lost a job. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, it'll be another job. I'll look for it. Yeah, I might not get it immediately, but hey, what the hell? Life will go on. That's detached. So when you have a negative incident, aspect, event happening, it's good to be detached. Good to be able to see it from a distance and go, yeah, that's part of life. You have ups, you have downs. You get some good times, you get some bad times. It's all part of life. Boom, detached. It's a good thing. But when you're involved in a talk with somebody or in a conversation with somebody, if you're detached, the other person will feel there's no connection. Okay? And you're gone. So it all depends what is relevant where. Okay? So all that I want to know is I'm not judging her good or bad. Remember we said no judgment. a sense of curiosity, okay, no judgment, naivety, openness. Curiosity is really important when you are finding out from the other person, which is basically what I'm going to do is now model her. So in order to model her, I'm finding out where she is, what's her structure, so I can replicate the structure in myself. Or tomorrow Vimal comes to me and says, hey Sunil, I want to become a really great speaker. I want to be able to connect to the audience. And I go, yep, I've got the formula for you. Why? Because I've already modeled her. I can explain that to him and he'll go and try it. Would he be exactly the same as Jenny? Never. None of us can be exactly the same as her. Why? Because she's unique. But we can try and get as close to her as possible. So when I try to be like Nelson Mandela, to be as inspiring as Nelson Mandela, can I be like him? Never. But I can try to get as close to him as possible. That's what we're trying to do, get there as much as possible. Can't do 100%, okay? So associated, dissociated, that is